Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Lucas Robbins. More kids may be playing rugby, but high school football is still a passion for many. They're serving more than an after-school snack. Kids Cafe is a program providing local kids with a warm meal and homework help, all for free. Launched in April of 2015, Golf Program in Schools, or GPS, teaches the game's fundamentals. Get a driver's license and a voter registration card? The Arizona House is calling for an amendment to our state constitution to lower the voting age from 18 to 16 years old. The calls to investigate voter suppression in Arizona have reached all the way to the White House. Washington Bureau reporter Katie Beery is tracking the details. The Samcar team at Arrow hopes that their technology can also help in other industries like working with factory equipment. President Barack Obama hosted a White House discussion on modern-day civil rights this afternoon. But a representative with Black Lives Matter Chicago says the meeting was nothing more than a photo op for the president. Arizona Representative Trent Franks may not be able to decide if he wants Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio in the White House. The Desert Diamond West Valley Phoenix Grand Prix was the first IndyCar race at Phoenix International Raceway since 2005. The day before the race, Sam Schmidt, a quadriplegic and former driver, took a unique car on the track, and I was among the group who was there to witness it.
This is amazing. I've done thousands of laps around PIR in a race car back in the 90s. Was very fortunate to win some races here, so a little bit of deja vu, a little bit of sentimentality to it. To come back here and be able to drive again after 16 years is pretty special.
Sam Schmidt was back on the track driving between practice runs at the Phoenix Grand Prix at the beginning of April.
It's great. Nothing better than beautiful weather and beautiful location and a fast car.
That fast car is a 2014 Corvette C7 Stingray. Modified by Aero Electronics, it is driven using only head movements.
That's probably the most intense thing about it. I mean, it works very intuitively. I mean, I turn my head, it goes, but you also have to focus and not get caught looking a different direction because it'll turn on a dime. So more mental focus than previously when I drove a car.
The former IndyCar driver was left paralyzed after crashing during a practice back in 2000. And now, with the help of technology, Schmidt continues to get behind the wheel.
In the car, he's so natural, he's so talented, and he had such great control. I forgot that when we stopped, he couldn't get out himself. It was so normal to be driving with him, and then all of a sudden to realize that you know, he couldn't just get up and walk out. And that's when it first hit me how cool it is what we're doing.
Schmidt invited dozens of wheelchair users to witness his laps, and in addition to that, he also presented an award to Ability 360, a local nonprofit that works to empower people with physical disabilities and is known nationally for its sports and fitness complex. As for the technology inside the experimental semi-autonomous motor car, or SAM-car, it uses infrared cameras to track the driver's head turns for steering and a mouth tube for the accelerator and brakes.
When I got hurt, I really didn't know what I'd be able to do with the rest of my life, and so owning a team and being out here competing, I've been racing since I was 5 years old. It's kind of like all I need to know how to do, you know, so it definitely helps me get up every morning.
Schmidt has been a racing team owner since 2001, and he also travels more than 120 days a year on behalf of his Paralysis Foundation.
We have a lot of priorities at the City of Phoenix, public safety being chief among them, and that's where our money needs to go. So if we can be partners, we would love to help solve the solution, but we do not have any additional money to contribute.
That is Phoenix Vice Mayor Kate Gallego's response to an Arizona Republic report that the Diamondbacks want the city of Phoenix to take Maricopa County's spot as Chase Field's landlord. Gallego represents District 8, where Chase Field is located. It's been a month since fans around the valley learned the Diamondbacks were unhappy with the condition of the ballpark, which is owned and operated by the county. The team asked for permission to explore other possible homes, but was denied.
The county has said there's $187 million. It's very clear, $187 million that we have seen through an engineering analysis that we don't have. And then they've said, what are you guys going to do about it? That's all. We're trying to find a solution.
Maricopa County Stadium District Director Darren Frank said the $187 million number comes from a 2013 county assessment, which also involved Diamondbacks employees. The assessment found Chase Field will require that amount of maintenance until the team's lease ends in 2028. Both parties have disagreed over the scope of maintenance and who has to pay for it.
Really, by agreement, the Stadium District is only responsible for capital improvements that will extend the life of the facility. If you go through the list of these, there are some, but the vast majority of those costs would lie with the Diamondbacks in their role as a facility manager.
Diamondbacks executives have called the situation sad. The team's managing general partner, Ken Kendrick, spoke at an event hosted by Arizona Republic columnist Dan Bickley on April 18th. He was critical of Maricopa County's ability to generate revenue from Chase Field outside of baseball.
The normal baseball stadium hosts events of all sizes, shapes, and descriptions beyond baseball games. And the average is 4 to 5 million per year in non-baseball events. Under the great leadership of our county, we have produced $600,000 a year over 18 years. It's pretty obvious to me that that isn't going to change.
Any possible solution that would be in the best interest of the local community should include talks with parties other than the Diamondbacks and Maricopa County, according to sports law expert Rod Smith.
That ought to be what's now seriously on the table, and they ought to use the university and every other kind of resource that's out there to help them find those kind of what we would call in negotiations integrative solutions, those kinds of solutions that bring parties together and make for a bigger pie so that they're not just fighting over an ever-shrinking one.
Phoenix Mayor Greg Stan has a vested interest in the team and the county resolving their dispute, knowing what a difference the Diamondbacks make by playing downtown.
Downtown Phoenix is an awesome place right now. It's the best fan experience. So for those 81 games that the Diamondbacks play, plus the playoffs and the World Series, which they're going to get to over the next few years, I'm excited about with the direction of the team. We want those events in the heart of the city.
The 1996 facility use agreement between the Diamondbacks and Maricopa County currently prevents the team from searching for other venues until 2024, but it remains to be seen if that will hold up. In Phoenix, I'm Lucas Robbins, Cronkite News.